Hey, I think I'm live. Yeah, there's my producer, Cindy, back there. She is telling me that I am, in fact, live. If you don't know this about me yet, I am one of the most technologically inept people that I know. I learned technology though, and I do pretty okay with it, but not great. Anyways, welcome to Monday Musings. My name is Sara R. Turnquist. I am an author and I write clean historical romance with faith in with a faithful worldview. I have a Christian worldview in my books, which would be true to the time periods I write as well, but it's who I am and it's what I do. But welcome again to Monday Musings. And today we're talking about the importance of taking a break. And I know that some of you are probably like, yes, I know it's important to take a break, but I don't have the time. And I get it. I am so that person too. I would say that I was very much in that corner, probably as recently as a couple of months ago. I have been reading a book with Cindy called The Unplugged Hours by Hannah Brencher. I think I'm saying that right. I'm not absolutely certain, but it's about unplugging from technology for a certain number of hours over a year. But the interesting thing is the side effect of letting go of technology a little bit at a time. And technology is not bad. It is not evil. Social media is not evil. Um, but I think we pour a lot of time that we don't realize we pour into social media specifically. It's a wonderful way to stay connected to friends and family that you don't see on a regular basis. However, it can be, as my grandpa used to say, a peephole into eternity with the endless scrolling feature and the things that are interesting and funny and all of those things. Again, not a wrong thing to enjoy social media, just something that I think, like anything else, we need to take in moderation. And that moderation looks different for each of us, right? That level at which we can consume and still remain healthy. Healthy in the sense that there is so much comparison, so much opportunity to lose joy in your own life and who you are and how you are. And forget that we are fearfully and wonderfully made and uniquely made in who we are and the way we are. So, when I say taking a break and pausing, I mean things like slowing down, pacing yourself in your life, even as much as writing slower so that you're not hurrying through every activity, taking a moment to just be in your day, pausing before you write, pausing to eat, pausing before you eat, and just being thankful and thoughtful for the life that you have, the life that God has blessed you with, and the things that He is doing and the things that He is blessing you in your life with. Whether that be hardship or wonderful things that we all enjoy, because God uses all of it, right? I'm saying a lot of ums today. I'm sorry. There we go again. I have had this opportunity to take a cruise in the next couple weeks with a friend, a dear friend of mine. And I have decided I'm not going to take my laptop. I know, right? I have not gone anywhere without my laptop since I was in high school, which was more moons ago than I would like to share. So not taking the laptop on the cruise. I will probably take it with me to the Central Florida area, but leave it somewhere safe during the actual cruise. I'll take my iPad so that I can read and draw and those kind of things, but I won't be taking a keyboard with my iPad because that's a little bit of a cheat, right? So, probably a notebook in case inspiration hits me and I need to write down a story idea. But as far as actually writing scenes and things like that, I am committing to taking that time off, to taking that time to, again, have a pause in my life, to slow down, to read more. And I've been doing that over the last couple of months, over the last probably year, more and more, marking the time that I'm on social media in the sense that I'm limiting myself, creating boundaries around that time on social media so that I am on social media for the things that I am wanting to do to fill my cup, staying in touch with friends and family, but not falling into that peephole into eternity, right? So the pausing, the taking a break, the little things. And like I said, it will be different for each of us. So, not taking my laptop on this stint is huge for me. Slowing down my writing, going the speed limit. These are also ways that I am consciously taking a attitude of slowing down. One of the things that I've heard recently about the creation story or the creation account is what I'm going to call it, is that God is a God of enough. He is a God that says, this is enough. He says that in the creation story when he takes a pause to rest. Again, not that he needed it, but to show us that that rhythm of pausing, of resting is good and holy and right. And we were created that way. But also, he is a God that says, enough of this suffering. I am going to pour out my wrath. We see that in the Old Testament. We see that in the New Testament. We see that in Revelation. But he's a God that says, I'm going to have this go for so long, and then I'm going to say enough. And so I think we are people that are meant to have that same approach to say, this is enough. This is enough social media for me today. This is enough social media for me for this minute. This is enough of being attached to my laptop. Enough. And now I'm going to take that pause and then I'm going to take that action and now I'm going to do this. But what is that point of enough for you? Because I think we can be so caught up in the race that is in our culture that we can lose who we are. And so I'm going to challenge you today to take a pause between activities if you need to, if you have a day full of appointments. I get it. But take a pause, even if that's in your car in the parking lot. Pause and just think about that. What is your boundary? What is your enough? When are you going to be at that point when you say, enough racing? I'm going to take back some ground here and let God fill that space. That's another thing that has struck me about God. He commanded the Israelites to create the tabernacle, and then he filled that space. If you create a space in your life, in your heart, in your day, in these moments, God will be faithful to fill it. And so we've gone a little bit deeper this Monday musing, but I just know that God is saying, this is the time. This is the day. This is the moment. So, as I close out here, know that I will close praying for each of you that are on the other side of this screen and your day and that moment when God brings you to a pause and speaks to you.